What's good with you? What's good with you? It's Said Bless here with another episode of What's Good with You? What's Said Bless? Today we're gonna be talking about the Jordan Neely situation. That's basically when the mentally ill dude in New York, who was also a Michael Jackson impersonator, was choked out by his former Marine, Daniel Penny. And he's supposed to have been being belligerent and doing a whole bunch of things to cause uproar. So, for some strange reason, Daniel Penny took it upon himself to grab that man and choke him out. While people were just standing around with their cameras out. Like, who does that? Nobody wanted to stand up and do nothing to see this travesty that was happening in front of them. They just sat there and just let it slide. To the people that was holding his arms. So he was helpless against getting choked out. So y'all was just holding his man's arms while Daniel Penny was just choking him out. You know what I'm saying? Like, where they do that at? This dude was a 24-year-old little dude, man, young dude. Was nobody, former Marine. They keep putting it in the news as if that means something. Like, no, it should be murderer. That's what he was. Had nothing to do with what position he was in the military or anything. What field he was in the military. He was just a killer. He felt the need to try to use some of his methods and military tactics to choke that man out. And that's what it was, really. Just all about hate. And he felt like he can get away with it. So that's why he did it. You have people defending him, famous people sending him money, Kid Rock and a lot of these right-wing, racist, white supremacists sending him money. Because that's what they like to see. But as black people, we can't be cowards out here. We can't just let that shit just go. No. Because no matter if he was having a mental breakdown and causing a lot of confusion, there's a way to do that. There's a way to take somebody down and subdue them without choking them out in front of everybody. There's a way to do that. But, when you're in a society where you have white supremacists who run it, and also regular class white supremacists who have the same ideology, they feel like they can do whatever. Until we start making an uproar. Until we start actually putting our foot down and getting in their ass. It's not right. There's so many people online or, just out and about trying to justify this. And it's like, no, you can't justify it. It's not he just would have No. No. The man should not have been put in that chokehold for that long, period. And that's the end of the discussion. There ain't nothing else to say. Man, like, as long as people, act like cowards, the more this type of stuff gonna happen. You don't think that type of stuff can happen to you. Real travesty of all this, along with, the life lost of the young brother, this is basically outcall to people like, oh yeah, you can just do black people any way you want to do it and get off. Just like they did with Trayvon, just like they did with Tamir Rice, etc., etc. It's like, nah, so I ain't gotta give. Because if you can basically just run up and a random person, not even the police, who shouldn't be doing that shit either, you just a random person and you just choking motherfuckers out because you feel the need to do it. That's a mental motherfucking, you need mental help. Then get an MMA. Don't try to use your moves or fucking harm them. Get an MMA. Get in the octagon and do that shit. Do that shit for a living. You feel me? If you do that shit for a living, you don't have to worry about that, man. For real. All this hate and all this. Like, nah, bro. Nah. The news should stop trying to boost up his military credentials or whatever the fuck they be trying to do, because that shit really don't matter. So the media need to stop with that bullshit. I don't care if this motherfucker was throwing shit around, setting shit on fire. If he was doing all that shit, he just should have been, I guess, reprimanded by the police and took down to the motherfucking downtown. For that man to be choked out for doing that is setting a precedent that no matter what you do, where you at, how you live, on the thought of your mental, something can happen to you like that. It's not supposed to go like that. Because it don't go like that for anybody else. And until we keep beating and standing on code on their ass, this type of shit is gonna keep happening. You see some shit happening to a person that look like you just don't care, or just, recording it, or God forbid, hold his motherfucking hands while he getting choked out. That's on you. You an idiot. You gonna get your karma coming up too. Because when you're in that situation, you gonna be wanting somebody to help your ass. And y'all know y'all will. So in closing this episode, Daniel Penny is a piece of shit, a coward. I hope he get thrown behind bars, and them boys behind that wall put them hands on him. You dig? R.P. to Jordan Neely. Just out there, homeless dude trying to, live his life. Impersonating Michael Jackson. I guess he was doing that all the time up there in the subways, and unfortunately he lost his life to a hater that should be charged with murder and hate crime. That's all it was. I've never seen anybody else, like, of any other ethnicity get dealt with like that. You dig? Never. That's not just a fucking coincidence. So stop playing with me. To the next episode.